Claude Code, let's talk about it. Everyone seems to think that you need to be some sort of developer, like you need to know Python and Terminal, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Let me show you how I use it in my business every single day. If you're a business owner or you're some consultant or you run some sort of kind of agency, you might have heard of Claude Code already, but thought to yourself, I'm not really a developer. I'm not trying to build apps. I don't really know how to do this all. All I want to really do is serve my clients better, make sure I'm getting more done in the day, and I just don't want to be doing these repetitive tasks. To be quite honest, that was me. I used to do all of that, but since I got introduced to Claude Code, that's all changed. Now it's become probably one of the most integral tools of my business, and I'm not here to gatekeep, so let me show you how. But before we get into that, what is Claude Code? Now, you may already be using Claude where you open it up in your browser and it's like a little chatbot that you communicate with. Think of Claude Code as the same chatbot, but now it's grown hands. Now what Claude Code has the ability to do is to actually go into your computer and alter your files, add files, remove files, and it can even connect to different tools like your Google Calendar, your Gmail, and it can do that all autonomously so you can get on with your day. Now Claude Code lives in something called Terminal. Now hold on, I know I said this is going to be very easy and Terminal may sound scary to some people that don't know what they're doing, but I promise you by the end of this video you will have no fear, because the way I use it, you barely even have to touch Terminal. Now that you know a little bit more about Claude Code, let me show you 3 ways on how I've used it in my business to get things done. Now that you know a little bit more about Claude Code, let me show you 3 ways on how I've used it in my business to get things done. So number 1, let's start with a very rudimentary task that usually takes a couple of hours just because of how cumbersome it is. And that is organizing your files. What I've done with Claude Code is I've told it what I want for my files. I've told it how I want each one named. I told them what folders I need and what files go in what folders. And then I've just let it do its thing. And you can see from this quick demo that I've got on how it can do that and how quickly it takes your hour-long task and turns it into a 30-second job. So for the second way I use Claude Code in my business is, you will probably be very familiar with this, right? You've got something new in your business, you've got a new idea, or you've got a new client coming in, and you need to get to the basics and you need to do that solid fundamental research. Now, what I've done with Claude Code here is I've sent it out to go do this research and come up with all the documentation, not so much documentation, but all the information that I require about said company or said client, and format it all so that it's easy to read and it gives me all the information I need. Now, this obviously can be done by you going to Google and going from one page to another, but if you don't have to do it yourself, why do it yourself, right? If Claude can go away, get all that information for you, put it into a nice, easy to read document, surely that's a win. And for number 3 is actually a onboarding workflow I built. Now, I used to do this in NAN, and I've actually done a video previously showing how this can be done. Now, that is quite a long process. This, on the other hand, all I did was talk to Claude Code like a simple, in simple talk, as a normal human being. Just told it what I wanted to do, so it went away, built a form for me. Client fills out the form, tells us what it is that they want, and Claude goes away, does the research, and presents it all to me in a very easy to read fashion. Now, this workflow, if I had asked someone else to do it, definitely would have cost money. It may not have been a load of money because it's quite a simple workflow, but it still would have been in the hundreds. So I'm saving myself a few £100s here by simply having Claude Code do this for me. Now you might be wondering, how do I actually get started with all of this? Well, I'm going to tell you in 3 easy steps. Number 1, you need to go to claude.ai in your web browser, get yourself signed up. To be completely transparent with you, the Claude Code will only work if you're on the Pro plan, and here in the UK that costs £18. I'm not sure what the Claude equivalent will be in other currencies, but you can check this on the claude.ai website. On the Pro plan, you should have more than enough for what you need. It's relatively inexpensive for what you're getting. So now that you signed up to Claude Code, you signed up to Claude and you have got yourself on the Pro plan, you need to get Claude Code installed on your machine. So the easiest way is to just download Claude from from their website and install the application onto your machine. You will, however, have to install GitHub, which there is no cost. There's just an extra step where you have to download it. If you're on Windows, there's usually a link provided by Claude Code in the application window, that takes you to the website where you can download it. If you're on a Mac, you have to go to the terminal and put in a quick line of code, which is also given to you on the application. So nothing difficult. You simply have to just follow the instructions. And then the final step in this process is to just create yourself a folder, which hopefully all of us know how to do. If not, just drop a comment down below and I can help you create it, whether you're on Mac OS, Linux, doesn't really matter. Once you've got that folder created, all you do is talk to Claude. You tell it what it is that you're trying to achieve, and it will figure it out and it will create it for you. And the best part is, once it's created it, if you don't like it, you just tell it, oh, I don't like that you've used a dark theme, use a light theme. It will go do the change for you. You don't have to do anything. It's literally just having a conversation with someone and telling them what to do. You can also do the whole, you can speak to it using words. You can type it all up. It doesn't matter. It understands it the exact same way. So the learning curve with using Claude and Claude Code is not very difficult at all. It's not technical at all. You just need to know how to give clear instructions. And one little tidbit I can give you on giving clear instructions is you can actually use the Claude chatbot, tell it what you're trying to do, and then tell it to give you the prompt that you can feed into Claude Code. So you don't even have to write it properly. You can ask Claude to give you the prompt to put into Claude Code, and then that can generate what it is that you're trying to generate. Now, keeping it 100 with you guys, Claude Code isn't magic. It does make mistakes, and the best part is that it fixes its own mistakes in most cases. So even on that front, there's nothing to really worry about too much, but don't expect it to be 100% everything's ready to go out of the box, because it's not. And once you experience all the wonderful things that Claude Code can do for you, the amount of time it can save you, the amount of repetitive jobs it can do for you, you'll wonder how you ever managed to survive before this. And most of you, or some of you, might already be running a business. You already know how to do that, so you can just run your day-to-day business and let Claude do all this stuff in the background for you. Now, I've walked you through 3 potential use cases for your business, and if you do want like a walkthrough of any of these processes, just leave a comment below and I will create a video on it showing you exactly what I've done, all the steps that I followed to get that get that sort of automation piece in place, and how I did it. So if you do want to see any of them, drop a comment below and I'll create the next video on that. And if you are a consultant, or you do run some sort of business, or you're an agency, drop me a subscribe, because I'll be building more of these business style workflows as I get deeper into this to help my own business. And if you guys want to see more of this, I'll definitely be creating more videos, so be sure to subscribe. Now, the aim of my video is to show how we can implement AI into our business. It's not a technical channel where I show you all the ins and outs of AI and talk on that kind of stuff, because that's not what it's about. For me, I'm trying to grow my business, and I want to see how I can use AI to do this as a single man band, running my own business, working and everything else in between. There's a lot to do in one day, and AI can take that load off me. So this video is for the guys out there running their businesses, for all the entrepreneurs out there, and hopefully this video was helpful for you guys, and I'll see you on the next one.